The following podcast episode might contain coarse language and subjects not suitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Live from a not-so-sleepy little town comes a podcast for a mobile game. Really? Anyhow, your hosts, a content creator and an artist trying to come up with wild ideas while also talking about whatever. It's the Goosebumps HorrorTown TerrorVision podcast!
Oh, we're in a very hot predicament. Hot summer near the end. And right now it's September, so it would have been fall by now. I mean, by the time you see this, right? But at the same time, I'm kind of reminded that this was also the same. It was a year ago since we did that infamous worst episode type thing. But hopefully that doesn't come back again. Not for me, maybe me, probably, most likely, but I'll explain in a moment. But anyways, hi, welcome to the podcast. Grim here as always, and with me is, who are you again?
I'm Hank Hill, and I sell propane and propane accessories.
I
Can
tell
I
you,
interest you in some propane?
what. Shut up, Dale.
I'll tell you what,
Tell
that
you
form
what.
ain't right.
Yeah. Speaking of, they recently had a new season come out, right? Like now it's like whatever years.
Yeah,
Bobby's now an adult, and he's you know, shows that Hank, although he's in his old ways, like, why don't you use propane for your hockey, whatever it is, right? But he's just like,
why don't you use propane for your cooking business, boy?
yeah, but
I'll tell
instead,
you what,
yeah, but at the end, it's just like, man, Hank, this is actually good shit. And it's just like, if you want to spit it out, you can go to the bathroom. It's like, son, I can tell you something that everyone here likes your food and therefore makes me happy. It's just like, yeah, okay.
I really liked so there was like this one scene in that episode where there was like these three people. They were supposed to be like they were like German or something, and they were supposed to be like uh, checking on the quote unquote cultural appropriation allegations against Bobby.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's really funny because once you really think about it, it's like underlying how stupid the idea of cultural appropriation is.
Yeah, because he's not
And
culture appropriating. He has like his whole thing is that he does mixing of cultures to get like he's a mix chef, right? Like he's not
yeah, but
permanent-
the thing with Bobby, he got targeted by these individuals in particular is because his business is like a mix between German and Japanese.
Yeah, yeah, again, it's the what do you call it? It's poking fun at people like that in our society, and hence a lot of the stuff here too. It's funny how
It also
Sorry.
oh sorry.
I was about to say that, it's funny how recently John Redcorn's actor passed away recently due to, you know, unfortunate things that has happened in real life. And then Dale Gribble's actor also passed away like years ago, and I was surprised to see him in the show. I'm just like, oh, okay. So they actually had a voice actor to reprise his role because they were debating on if he was just going to not be on the show.
I mean, that would make things a little too suspicious if Dale Gribble was, missing because I could imagine they would have like a whole fucking episode of all this weird conspiracy shit going on about how the government's doing all sorts of crazy crap,
Yeah.
and and everyone finds out that Dale Gribble was killed off by the government because he was getting too nosy.
I want to tell people if you see this video that I am healthy and I am not suicidal. Repeat, I am healthy and not suicidal.
If I do manage to disappear, note that the government might have captured me. I have instructions on how to rescue me if they choose to imprison me. But if I am no longer on this earth, I don't really have a plan for that.
If you find me on Epstein's Island, just know that I was put there by force. I had no ill
Oh
will
boy,
over there. I did not like anything. That might be
I saw
foreshadowing.
things I wish I could bleach out of my eyes, Hank.
I've seen horrible things. Rich people. Oh, the beast has got us again, Bank. Yeah,
uh,
I love Dale. He's great.
I was also watching this other show on Disney Plus called Abbott Elementary.
It sounds familiar.
It's basically The Office, but it takes place in an elementary school.
Yeah. I remember the first season to it's the King of the Hill, and what was it? There was an episode where basically Dale was gonna do his like usually he um Hank kind of allows Dale to do his guard like his front yard as far as bug pest control things go, and for one year he decided not to do it because of I think there was a lawn competition or something going on there, and he was just like you know, thinking the grass was not doing so well because of Dale spraying shit on the grass. So he
Right.
tells him no. So then he goes out of spite, decides to put ants in his yard or something like that. And then I guess Bobby got the queen ant, and then he starts becoming a drone for the queen ant. But then at some point, Dale, this no, Hank is just like, "All right, fine, Dale, do what you need to do, right?" And he does. And then one day he goes outside his yard, and everything's dead, and he's like, "Oh, oh."
Oh,
It's just I don't know why. I just love Hank, it's especially with. There was a lot of episodes there. One of the most infamous one was just like, Mr. Hill, you have no ass.
also, did you have your dogs with you last recording?
At some point, I remember I had them when we did the recording. I think not the last episode, but the episode before that with the spooky crew. Why?
Okay, I find it kind of weird because there was a part in our last recording I had to re-listen to numerous times because I thought there was something in the audio that sounded like someone who isn't us talking,
It's
and
it's
it was during the segment when I would brought up like the hand in the box from Toy Story.
it's possible. I mean, I have people who live within the crypts with me, so it might have been them that's in the
Did any of
background.
them yell or anything? Because it sounded like
Either
some
that
form
or
of it
something
almost
else.
sounded like a mix between a dog bark or like someone yelling.
It could be from outside too. I have some crazy ass neighbors, unfortunately, so that could also be a
Okay.
possibility. I mean, there's some explanation, but again, I have to I have to listen and pay attention to be like, oh, that noise. It's
Yeah,
kind of like
it's really weird.
yeah, it's like what you call it, like DSP when people are like, were you coming in the background of your podcast, like your when you were a pause break? Because it sounded like you moaned there. He's like, what? Let me listen to this. What is that? I don't know what that is. It's like, yeah, I hear it, like, but I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah,
He's
because
like,
I remember telling people about like because I because I remember telling people about like one of our last recordings where I actually recoiled in shock because when I had my headphones on, there was like this really loud screeching right in my fucking ear,
Hmm,
and you didn't hear it or anything. It just sounded like someone screaming right into my ear.
weird.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I feel like I thought it might have been like more fucking ghost shenanigans and shit.
maybe I don't know. I have to look, but could be the ghost in the machine. That's also a very possibility. So there are a few things to talk about, not a whole lot. Then we have our usual stuff to go for. Fortunately, this episode is going to be a vampire episode, so
Yay!
he's going to do his context because out of this season, I've been, let's say, lacking on my content stuff, but there's good reason for that. I'm hoping by the next episode, I'm able to basically reveal what's been going on. But let's just say
Big
that
plans over here.
I've been working on an update video. Once I know this thing is done and going, then I can go, all right, now I'm able to say what's going on. By the time this
Major
podcast
project.
comes out, it might already been released, but I don't know at this point. Again, this is in August of what is it, 25th today? Yeah, no,
It is
23rd. My
the
bad. It's the
yeah
23rd, not not that far ahead, but yeah, the 23rd. So it you can just say that we've always had the 1 month, but we try to do it within the theme per se. But anyways, I digress.
yeah
So
big project ahead.
Yeah, so like when we talk about stuff as like, oh yeah, it's the Vjoji drama. It's like, well, that's done now.
B
But
shoujo.
yeah, Vjojo, whatever. You can tell I really don't care.
You just gave up and don't give a shit. It's like be something. I don't give a fuck.
I don't fucking care. Ever anime bullshit. Anyways, regardless of that, what was it? We have a few things to talk about. First off, let's talk about Goosebumps stuff. So, namely, the first
Yeah.
thing is that, uh, as you know, one of their episodes, I think it was back in March, I think. We talked about, was it March or was it April? Well, I mean, it recorded, aired on April, but it was recorded on March, I think, when we were talking about um, the last season, which was The Vanishing, correct?
Oh yeah, wasn't that during the wait, that was
The
the episode
the green,
before we did the plant food.
yeah, the plant. No, that was the plant food one.
No, I wanted to talk about like uh you brought up like the whole
Yeah, yeah,
vanishing part before
yeah,
that though.
yeah. But anyways,
It was the episode before that, but
we talked about the episode, but the reason we're bringing it up now is because they're wondering, oh, when's the next episode coming in? And they confirmed that um, Disney's not continuing with it anymore. They're not renewing its third season. So as far as we know, it's canceled. Well, it's canceled for Disney, which is not a surprise. However, despite that bad news, it's not over for Goosebumps because Sony's still interested within the project. So what they're doing right now is they're trying to shop the show to other platforms to see if there's anyone that would take up on it. And if they're like, say for
yeah.
example, Netflix is like, oh yeah, we'll buy it, then they can go, all right, season three is coming to Netflix then, type of thing, right? But or
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, well, who knows? It could be on Prime too. No, there's nothing's out of the question, basically, is what I'm saying. But they also said that worst comes to worst, they're also looking into options of changing the IP or changing it up a bit because they're like, okay, maybe the idea of this whole Riverdale Goosebump thing is not working out, so maybe we'll
Oh
do something
god.
else, right?
I forgot about Riverdale, how fucking shit that was.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people commented, been like, this is just Goosebumps Riverdale, right? That it's just like, yeah, I mean, I guess I can see that, but anyways,
Yeah.
regardless of that. Needless to say, two seasons. It's a shame. I mean, it has potential. It was getting a little bit decent, but it's just like, yeah, at the same time, too, I'm not disappointed. Here's the thing, though. A lot of people are like, why can't they just do anthology? Just do an anthology stuff. There's been many cases of them trying to do anthology stuff. It doesn't work. It's not working anymore. And the thing is, it's too fucking expensive to do that. It's much easier to do one season of a particular story with a bunch of characters and then do a new season. Like basically doing like how they were doing with this, like the whole American Horror Story-esque thing. I think that was the best option of both worlds. So I understand. Again, I'm gonna say this the day I die. I understand. People love this fucking nostalgic goggle, wearing their nostalgia goggles and being like, the 90s were better. The 90s were better. It's like, I get it. Nostalgia. And we grew up on it. We love it. We love it. We love the Canadian acting. Don't get us wrong. But it was also shit. It wasn't great. There were episodes that were garbage. Not all
Wait, are we
episodes.
talking about the OG or the
The
new
OG.
ones?
Yeah, they were OG. There were episodes of OG that were not great. Now,
No, I can attest to that. Yeah,
there are episodes, but not all of
The
them are
Harry's
shit.
Adventure is
Not
a
all of them are shit.
very big one.
When it first started, we had the special haunted mask episode. That started off. It's like, wow, this is cool. This could work. And then we got the first season of stuff, and it was like, ah, okay, there's some okay episodes, and then we're like, oh god.
Like I know that among those very good production quality stuff included Haunted Mask, Werewolf of Fever Swamp, Night of the Living Dummy series,
Two and three, not one.
and
That doesn't exist.
yeah, two. Well, you also forget about Bride too. That was in there too.
Yeah, I guess.
And I don't really know about Horrorland. I know that some of the sets in Horrorland were actually pretty decent. like the game show aspect in part two.
Not only that, but then they
But
also
other
go
than
as
that,
far as and then they go as far as to kind of do the little like they did a bit of the series 2000s. I think there was one book at least for that for sure, and then they did
well,
the
there's actually two.
yeah, okay, so there's two of them. There was a show, they did short stories, right? There was that one. And then the one
The
thing
Tales
that
of
they didn't,
Goosebumps.
yeah, and the one thing they did, and then they go as far as to be like, we'll just make up our own fucking story. We'll just do a 3 episodes of a trilogy, is what it's called, it, right? We'll make our own fucking OC. Had nothing to do with our own stuff.
Well, here's
We'll
the
make
thing
it.
about that. Actually, the fun fact about the trilogy is that that was a Fox Kids exclusive.
Carl Knave, I think it was the villain's name, right? In Carlsville.
Yeah, Carl Nave.
Yeah, Carl Knave in Carlsville. He's
Why do you
the
call him
he
Knave?
was the Discord or the Q of the show in the sense. In his own little world though. Outside his world not so much.
Yeah, outside his world, he's like a little doll.
Yeah. I still love the third episode of that stuff. It's like, oh, did I forget? Oh, did I tell you that this was gonna hurt? Because it's gonna hurt a lot. Stop it! Just teasing the kid. He'll turn you to plastic. It's fantastic. Yeah, I swear to God, if the Barbie song was popular around that time, he would totally fucking sing that out of the spite to the kid what he's doing. It's like, I'm a Barbie. I'm
I
in
know that
plastic. It's fantastic.
I know that we'd really like to see, like, let's say that hypothetically the game isn't fucking dying, right?
Well, I
At
mean,
some point, I would have really liked to see the trilogy series inside HorrorTown.
it would have been nice. I'll give it that.
It
But
would have.
unfortunately, I don't think they have the rights to Carl Knave. Like that's his own separate rights because it was made with
Why
a
do you
book
keep
in
calling him
mind.
Knave?
I don't know. That's why I like calling him Knave. It's my thing. It's like the cool whip.
The cool whip.
The cool whip. What? Say
Cool
cool.
whip.
Cool. Say whip. Whip. No, say cool whip. Cool whip.
Cool whip.
I'm
Cool
sorry.
whip.
Are you saying to piss me off? What? I'm just saying cool whip.
You can't have pie without Cool Whip.
My day is ruined. What did you say?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
they was ruined. Well, why you say it like that? Well, I always say it like ruined.
Now I know he's just saying that just to fuck with
I
Brian.
know, I know, I know. That's the joke, but it's still funny. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like, Carl Nave can. God damn it. I'm used to
Yeah,
the meme now.
it's Nave.
Carl Nave. It's just the way he spelled his name is weird. That's all. That's why it was kind of
Yeah, it's just the K is supposed to be
Hey,
silent. It's
yeah,
kind of like night.
Carl Nave. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, with Carlsville. Um, yeah, so that's the news with the Goosebumps stuff. However, there is a new Goosebumps game. By the time you hear this, it's out now. But, it sounds like at least we haven't got any news as far as pictures and stuff goes. But as far as bonus features, they're like, oh, you can get a Slappy mask with a haunted mask. So it's like, well, I mean, at least they're doing something Goosebumpsy. So it's not like as generic as shit as most people are kind of claiming it as. So hopefully it's good. I mean, it sounds like it could be, but do I think it would be a masterpiece? No. But do I think it's going to be dog shit? No. I'd be curious to see how that turns out. I'm sure as hell it's going to be better than fucking Dead of Night. That's for sure. And if I'm wrong, I'll eat crow. Not Gail though. That's totally.
Joey Crow.
God damn, now me saying that now with having her hair, it's just like that's oh god. Now people are gonna have fucking wrong images. It's a terminology, damn it. I don't mean it literally. God damn it. Should have used something else, but whatever. Um, so before we get to our main big topic, before we actually talk about the other thing, a fun thing that happened, but also another rant of why Canada sucks. Have you heard Ronald McDonald is back?
Yes, I love that McDonald Land is back. Yay! But what's this have to do
Yay,
with Canada?
McDonald Land. Yeah, all your old favorite characters are back up in line and all that fun and more. In the US
And Mayor
only.
McCheese! He survived the Puff and Stuff lawsuit.
I
Yay!
know, and they come with cool tin cans and the Mount McFlurry. It's so cool. In the US.
Yay!
US only.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yep. Well, I mean, you get the shake. The shake is there, but you know what? Looking at the shake in the States and then looking at the shakes in Canada, sad fucking excuse. It's pathetic. Probably tastes the same, but you know, you get this cool like little like purple whip in the top of the drink and whatnot. No, you get the sad blue thing. Here you go. Here's your fucking shake.
Oh my
It's
god, that's in Canada?
yeah, that's the only thing you get.
Oh,
The tin
ew!
can,
God, what?
cool tin can and the advertising stuff. No, you don't get that at all. And I'm like, why would you not do that? And then I go, oh, of course. We're in Canada. Because of fucking Quebec. That's why. Because Quebec has a
Oh,
stupid ass law where it's like, you gotta have it English and French. And the reason I say that is because I recently did a video. I should hopefully get it up sooner than later, but I decided to go with the Wednesday uh Wendy meal. I got going on to advertise for the Wednesday 2 show season coming out. So they had
oh,
the Wednesday meal misery, I think is what it's called, like with the little dips and whatnot. And
oh, the misery meal?
yeah, so they have the package on that, and it's weird because of the packaging. I look at it and I'm like, oh, English and French. Hmm. So that's why. So when you're in Canada and you don't have any packaging, that's basically the people up in the states are like, fuck that, fuck you, Quebec. We're not as you know what? We can sell the food, but we're not gonna fucking do the packaging. Fuck that. We're not gonna do a Canadian exclusive. That's too much money. Some people give the effort though, but that's nice. I mean, the only sad part about that meal is I didn't get the spoon. I got the lame Blaine ass spoon, and I think it's because the spoon also had words on it. So it's like they couldn't be bothered to put the French version of it. So they're like, "Fuck it, we don't need that. We can just get the normal spoon. No purple
Lol.
spoon for you." Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, it's interesting that they brought Ronald back because I thought he was basically retired. Like he was
I thought
basically
he was too after that whole clown shit.
yeah, so for context, so what happened was Super Size Me came out and basically had this whole that is a whole other fucking can of worms with that bullshit, right? In hindsight, it's like at first it's like the people had the pen like, oh my God, this is horrible, right? Type of like use your noggin, but then it's like in hindsight when you kind of look at it now, it's like the warnings were there, but I
Wait,
digress.
wasn't didn't he
Basically.
die from like a totally unrelated thing though? Like, didn't he die from cancer because he was a smoker?
Yeah, but the thing is too, he was also a big alcoholic, and he didn't disclose
Yeah,
it.
it was alcohol. I remember now. He died from like alcohol poisoning or some
Poisoning.
shit.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just like I've never seen this with a non-alcoholic person. I'm just like, jeez, I wonder how you're getting those packs there, buddy. It's
Like,
like
I find it kind of weird that a lot of people attributed his death to the McDonald's food,
no.
even though he didn't die from eating too much
And
McDonald's
here's
food.
the thing
It
too.
was it was a completely unrelated thing.
Here's the thing too. They interviewed some people who were like, "Yeah, I eat McDonald's every day," but and then they look fucking skinny as hell because it's like, yeah, moderation. That's all you have to do, right? And then you got the guy who eats
Yeah,
quarter pounders every fucking day, and he's skinny as a board. It's just like, you know, that's the thing, moderation, right? It's like the thing with McDonald's. It's like, yeah, it brings the awareness of like calories and all that stuff, and but again, the thing is, the film itself nowadays it's kind of looked at as kind of like basically a hit piece of sorts. But at least it got the
a
conversation.
propaganda piece, if you will.
Yes, but it got the conversation going to make people think, oh, wait a minute, maybe he has a point. Maybe we should not do, so so long story short, it basically turned McDonald's to not fun zone. So all the colorful stuff like the subtlety of McDonald's old buildings, which was like the red and yellow arch thing. Like they did that subliminally to make you kind of look at it and go, I'm really wanting some fries right now, right? Which is like an interesting design choice. It's like it's very manipulative, and but it works, right? But
Yeah, but you have to
now it's
understand that
boring
every
and
form of
sad.
advertisement does this. Like it's not that's nothing exclusive to McDonald's. Every advertisement has like big
I
ass
know.
billboards that
Yeah,
draw the
exactly.
attention of
Here's
people
the
to
thing
see
too.
it.
McDonald's was also like, it's advertising for kids, obviously, and that was the biggest critique that they had with the film and all that, because it's just like the thing is you got you can do birthday parties at McDonald's, you can you got some cool ass happy, like we talked about this one of the episodes before, how the Happy Meals toys sucks now, and before back then they were like fucking cool. It's like it's these cool
Oh
little
yeah, especially
figures
kids
and
from
shit.
other, especially toys from like other like establishments, like the Big Kids Club from Burger King.
Yeah, like sometimes they also do some good stuff too. Don't get me wrong, but McDonald's is just like they were the most popular one, so they had the
Oh wait,
business.
I thought that. Hey, hang on. The Big Kids Club wasn't that? Is that a Burger King thing, or did I mistake that for like Wendy's or something?
No, no, Burger King had the Big Kids meal.
Oh, the
What
Big
did you
Kids
say
Club.
before?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
the Big Kid Club. Yeah, they had it for originally for Big Kid Club, but then they changed it to something else. Like they didn't have a consistent meal idea. Like if then they turned it to Junior's meal, and just like again they had an identity crisis. But yes, at one point they did have it as the Burger King Club. So
Okay,
you are right.
I thought I remembered it accurately.
Yeah, and they had a bunch of other generic mascot, 90s mascots that didn't really last that long, but
I
yeah,
thought that,
they
but
can't be
the reason why I'm glad that McDonald Land was back because I thought that like after the whole clown thing scare of like 2016, which I think
that
it was,
that was the
I
other
thought
thing. Yeah,
retired Ronald McDonald to not scare kids because he was a clown and clowns that point in
so
time because of a fucking prank gone awry for like for like
yeah.
the It movie
So what
promotion shit got completely out of hand.
so what happened was the during that whole scare thing, they basically looked at Ronald McDonald and was just like, okay, look, you can't have Ronald be your advertising for your company and also for your little charity donation thing. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So either he's going to be your mascot character or he's going to be it's registered only for the donation drive, like the Ronald McDonald charity that they got going on there.
Why can't they?
Because they look at it as it's like you're using your charity as a way to be like, oh no, but see, he's doing charity. Where he's like, no, 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 fuck you. It's like so. It's like fine. He's just stuck with charity. So that's why for the longest
So
time,
they basically forced him to be a soulless mascot.
yeah, they basically was just like, no, he's only for charity now. So that's why they basically removed him out of the equation. Not only that, but this was also during the time when the ba 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 I'm loving it campaign ran around. So they basically kind of stopped advertising to children and kind of been more like, hey, adults, we got some cool meals for you. Got healthy meals. So they tried to aim
That's
less towards
fucking
kids,
boring.
right? So that's what happened there. And then, of course, they retired him completely in 2016 after what you were mentioning, the pranking clown thing going awry. So I don't know how the hell
Yeah.
this started off. I'm sure you can look this up, but what
I
happened was there
If
was
I
this.
remember correctly, I thought like during that time it was for a promotion for one of the It movies that was coming out, and everyone was dressing up
I
as clowns with like bladed weapons and shit, just trying to scare people. And then of course some people take it a little too far and be a little bit more intrusive with the idea. And then like after that, there was like a whole worldwide panic involving this shit, and vigilantes came around trying to hunt down clowns and beat the fucking shit out of them, and all this other crap. And there was also like I forgot where in the states, but it was legal for police officers to arrest and detain the people in clown masks. Like that shit was just fucking crazy.
Yeah, but okay, so let me look into this because the I'm trying to find exactly what this movie was supposed to be. So, um, so it
I know
wasn't
it
it,
was like
it was
for a
not for
movie
the
involving
hold on.
clowns.
So There's speculations that they think it was for Stephen King's It because
Yeah,
what happened was they had this thing where at Green Bay, Wisconsin, they were talking about how they saw these balloons and like these creepy clowns, and they're just like, this is weird. And then of course, what the internet does, they're like, oh, this is fun. Like, what if we do that, right? And then everyone started to go on this little trend of like wearing creepy clown masks and kind of doing this whole
yeah,
being creepy. And then all of a sudden, it became a pandemic. Like anything, it became a pandemic, right? And of course,
yeah.
people took it too far. Bad actors took it too far because when you give them an anonymity, they do bad things. So, of course, because of that, a lot of clowns ended up getting bad names, right? So this was the clown pandemic, as it were, back in 2016. This happened in August
Also,
2016, going into
I
the.
feel like I should probably say this: having anonymity, or saying that because of anonymity, that does not mean that we promote censorship.
No. And the other thing, the funny thing too about the whole clown thing that was going on is that that also was one of the seasons for American Horror Story. I think it was Cult, where it was talking about 2016's election, and that they had the clowns be featured because it's like, well, come on, cannot do something about that. It's just like, yeah,
Now I'm just reminded of the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
you get what you
Because I
fucking
remember like there was
deserve.
like a whole revolution going on with like people wearing clown masks and think that the Joker was like fucking their messiah or some shit.
Yeah. What was it? Just like, are you telling me that you find it funny? I do, and I'm tired of saying it's not. I have a joke.
Damn, the second movie really fucking sucks though.
Don't
It
watch.
was like the most disappointing shit ever.
That was a waste. Don't watch that. That's stupid. It's just, yeah,
We
but
don't recommend.
it's just
Yeah,
like,
we don't recommend you do it. The first one is like a lot better.
what do you get when you have a person that abandoned you in society, abandoned you and treat you like trash? I'll tell you what you get. You get what you fucking deserve.
And now like the fucking original director of like the Joker wanted to like ruin his reputation because he quote unquote didn't like the incel fucking cult like thing that was going on with the original Joker movie, even though that wasn't really the thing.
That
Even if it was
yeah.
like the thing, like that's just like random neckbeard incels who like nobody really fucking cares about. So
A scare from that too. It's just like they're thinking like there wasn't one crazy fuck who during the Batman Dark Knight Rising movie he decided to shoot the place up and try to look like the Joker or something like that. And they were like, "Oh God, it's gonna happen again." Didn't happen at all. Not once. But that was one of the big scares they had. It was just like, this incel movie. And that's just stupid, right?
okay, this actually reminds me of like this one time. It's gonna get into a little bit of a dark story, a little, but this sort of relates to the Columbine shooting. Not entirely, but here's how it went. So I went to a high school when I was a little younger, and I really liked my really long coat because it was really nice. It was made of like PVC. It was something I got from like my local goth store, and I liked wearing this thing. But I was told numerous times to, take off my coat. And this was like because the principal who tells me to take off my coat was afraid that I was gonna be like the next Columbine shooter at my school, even though we live in fucking Canada. Like,
How do I look, yellow man? You look like
how do I look, yellow man?
you look like you're about to
You look like you're gonna tell your friend not to come to school tomorrow, man. I mean,
Yeah.
but anyway, apparently the principal thought I had like problems or something because there was also this one time when I climbed to the school roof because I was bored one day and I wanted to see what the roof looked like. And I wanted to like chillax and shit. So I look over the roof and I see like a few of the staff and I waved hi to them. So I got called into the office because they thought I was suicidal. I was like, no, what? Where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah.
I just wanted to climb the roof because I was bored.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was a weird time. Again, this was also during the roughly what year was this at?
I'm not really good with those types of dates. Let's see.
So it doesn't have to be an exact date, but year-wise. Because I was about to say, is it early 2000s? Then it would make sense because there was a big scare that happened of that certain incident back in
No,
September.
it wasn't early. Like it was roughly around. Let's see. I graduated in 2012, I think, or is it 2011? And then I went back to that school to earn some because they were doing like a extracurricular type things there.
Yeah,
So I went back there for at least a year, and that one I believe was maybe 2013, 2014, somewhere.
yeah. So I'm trying to. So yeah. Anyway, so we should probably continue on with our other big discussion because we got something more bigger to talk about, and we only have so much time to go for.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Anyways, yeah, Ronald's back. So yippee! After retirement.
Yippee!
Big story that's been going on as of late. So I've never been on this site at all. As far as I've heard of this, I was aware of it, but I was never one of those people who actually went onto the site. I did at some point make an account with my Grimokan name just for the sole purpose of like maybe I can come here to do some sort of thing, but I never really went on that. I just kind of like it's there. But long story short. I am aware of what's been going on drama-wise with this company for a while, and of course I'm talking about Roblox. Now, this is
Oh,
a
I was actually going to cut in with saying, but Grim, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about Roblox. The rip off
Oh my golly.
rip off Lego game. All right, so if you don't know,
Rip-off Lego game.
yeah, yeah.
It's just like basically a mix between Minecraft and Lego.
Yeah, before Minecraft became a thing, though, right? Because this was originally like OG before Minecraft, but then Minecraft made it look cool, so that's when the whole thing. And don't get me wrong, there were some games on Minecraft that actually is pretty good. Like, they got Doors, Piggy, I guess is another one. There are games there that are like you're surprised it's a Roblox game kind of thing, right? But regardless of that. Roblox, as of late, ever since they went public, they've been in this really bad mindset of profits over people's safety. And there's been many, many, many cases that's been going on for a long time now with their predator problem. And
Oh, I actually know the timeline of this.
yeah, but anyways, that's not the only thing. They've been doing other stupid shit too, like their stupid events. They've been lacking in that. There's been a lot of people are like, this is stupid to fucking get. Like the last one they did, the hatch, we had some controversy with it, which had something related to this incident. But long story short, there's a guy I watched on YouTube called Schlep. And what he does, or he does these Roblox videos, but one of the things he's been known for as of late is that he's been doing these catch a predator hunter things, where he would do the whole, Chris Hansen type of, but in Roblox. So
Yeah.
how he does it is that he does it where he makes a decoy account where he would be, not him specifically, but his team, but he basically would just be a teenager, like, hey, I'm here, hi, all that stuff, and then he'll have a predator come and contact him, and then have them basically go to conversation and been like, oh, I'm 14 years old, and just like, you know, cupcake level.
That sounds mighty yummy.
Well, I've come here to get a cupcake and then go home. Those type of people. But anyways,
I
so
hope you got cupcakes for me, sweetie pie.
mm, what's your name? Susie Snowflake.
That Susie, I like that.
I like that. Do you like Christmas? Oh, I could like Christmas too. I got this.
Ooh,
I got this.
I could give you a white Christmas.
Mm. I hate this. I hate why we're doing this now. Yeah, Susie. I know she was a meme, but God, I don't want that to happen to her. It's a poor innocent child, poor baby. No. She's
No,
the
no,
best. She
don't touch
never
me
dies.
there. This is my no square. No, no,
She's
don't
the
touch me there. This
she's the
is
meme
my
that
no
never dies. All right,
square.
she'll always live on. This is the thing over there. And anyways, and long story short, he does these things, and for 6 videos now, he's actually successfully basically arrested 6 of these predators who would actually go ahead and try to meet these people in real life, only to meet them instead, and then the cops later on, which then gives them the stuff. But Roblox had been
Yeah,
the
he's actually recorded to have arrested at least 6 people.
yeah, and they record and all that stuff. Thing is, Slep has always pointed out he's always trying to contact the Roblox to try to get these predators. Like, look, just try to get a contact. Look, I want to help you get this stuff. And there's been another person who does the same thing, which is Ruben Sim. He's also someone that's been on this. But like before Slep, Ruben Sim was the fucking thorn in Roblox's ass, and he still is.
Nice.
This guy despises like what's been Roblox is going on right now, trying to do safety. Because again, the thing is, kids and there's been again, you can look this up. There's been many examples of this, but long story short, basically these guys they've been basically getting skeletons, putting it in their closet, and trying to stuff this fucking thing
Too
to its
many
breaking
reasons.
point, and it all came crashing down. The domino effect started tipping as soon as they decided to cease and desist Slep, who was trying to basically trying to do a good job for them, other than vigilante group. And instead of going back on their word, they not doubled, tripled, but quadrupled down on this fucking ordeal, doing all the
Yeah.
worst fucking cases to the point where this is probably going to be in case studies for law, not for law, for businesses of what not to do as far as doing a public trying to save your public image, because what they did make no fucking sense. And it's like at this point people are like, he's obviously a predator, like why would they protect predators and all that type of stuff, right? And the only closest we came to is the fact that um this whole thing basically is such a huge shit show. Like we
If I
got
could get Dale Gribble for a second here, um, it's all connected to the Online Safety Act, all in an act of censorship of the internet.
that's
And
a
I
whole
can actually, okay, so this is what happens, right? So this actually paints a bigger, broader picture of what's actually going on with the internet as a whole. And it all boils down to the Online Safety Act. So how it all starts off with a little feminist group known as Collective Shout, right? So they all kicked off with because they've been doing their nonsensical crap for like years now, but it was around this point in time where they started to pester the card payment processors to censor games that they don't like, which includes anything involving anime, anything that involves horror, or anything that involves like guns, essentially. So they were known as the useful idiots that the card provider or the payment processors like Visa and MasterCard needed in order to push a whole thing of censorship, because for a while they've been doing this to Japanese artists, and that whole thing's been a massive shit show. But they have been uh, campaigning against Steam and itch.io and other game developers to, stop selling these games, despite the fact that they claim that they're not doing it, but itch.io and Steam have actually admitted on Twitter saying that they have been doing this type of shit. And what's really sickening about it, about this whole card payment processor thing, is that they have not actually done anything to stop the predator problems that not only come from Roblox, but also child exploitation from OnlyFans. So that's a whole other can of worms too that gets involved in this whole ordeal. So then, because of all of this, the UK decides to push the Online Safety Act, which is supposed to be quote unquote protection for the kids, which is basically a shit-faced lie saying, "Hey, we're going to control everything you do." And this is mainly because they want to push age verification to prove that you're 18. And they've been doing this at such a fucking ridiculous level that you also now need to show your government ID to buy food at the grocery store. They have weaponized food, for fuck's sakes. Anyway, I'm getting a little too heated involving the UK garbage. So let's actually roll back to Roblox, because then this is when Roblox starts, making an appearance. After they kicked off Schlep, uh, everyone started focusing on what Roblox has been doing on a bigger lens, because for a while they've actually hosted games on their platform that had things like Escape to Epstein Island and many different public bathroom simulators. And then there was also ones that simulated like P. Diddy parties and shit like that. And this has drawn the attention of several states in the US, including Georgia, Texas, and Louisiana. The one in Louisiana uh, they're all suing Roblox, but the one I remember was the representative for Louisiana, which was the Attorney General Liz Morrell. And she actually was also talking about, age verification at some point, which made me believe that this was all a calculated attempt to push more censorship on the internet for age verification, so that way your information gets doxed to the government at some point, where, depending on how well the cybersecurity is, could easily be cracked open by a fucking rogue hacker to steal all of your information, all of your card details, your name, your photo ID, everything. So if you notice that my fucking YouTube channel icon is a Clippy, you can understand where and this whole Clippy thing too was also in response because YouTube wanted to push age verification as well. And, with all the fucking tech censorship, everyone's getting really sick and tired of it. So a lot of people decided to change their icons to Clippy.
That wasn't really why Clippy was being a thing. Do you know why it was coming up in the first place?
Why?
There's a YouTuber who does a tech stuff in the sense of he does these fixing how to fix certain tablets and whatnot and all that. He's been always fighting for the rights for people to be able to fix their shit without having to send it over to the fucking pub like Amazon or Apple and all that stuff, right? And basically, what he did was is just change your thing to Clippy, right? And the reason he did that was because to show you that when the people are like, "Oh, this change is not easy," he's like, the fact that you were able to change your fucking icon pretty proves that there is an easy way to get a movement going. And there's a video on it. That basically, you can take a look at
Yeah,
it. It's just,
but but it
yeah,
also lists like various reasons as to why you would change your avatar into a Clippy, and one of them is big
exactly.
tech censorship.
Because well, why he did it was because Clippy doesn't ask you for your age verification, doesn't ask you for any shit. He doesn't make you want to pay for money. He's
Yeah,
just there to
exactly.
help. He's just there to help you. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. He just wanted it to help. And I find it kind of weird that a lot of people don't seem to like Clippy to begin with before this whole ordeal went down. Because when I was a kid, I actually loved Clippy.
He
Because
also,
when I was
I remember the
I
dog.
think I was oh yeah, there was a dog. I remember when I was like a little guy back in like middle school, right? Like me and some friends, we actually play around with like the Microsoft Office assistants, and we would have like little makeshift Pokemon battles. And I would always use Clippy because he would do things like turn into a tornado and shit.
Yeah,
It was like really fun. God, I miss those days.
the OG Bunsy buddy. But yeah, basically the internet's not fun anymore. Here's the thing though, if you're really concerned about your information being captured and all that stuff, don't go on the internet. Don't you being watching this thing right now. your information's already compromised. Sorry. That's the thing about like reality right now. It's just it's so stupid. And the thing is too, it's the what's the saying go? The path to hell is leads with good intentions. It's like
Oh, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
always the case, right? But again, useful idiots. But the thing
Yeah,
is,
but this wasn't like paved with good intentions. Like they just want control. It's all about control. That's everything that the government wants. It's just control.
you
It had nothing to do with kids. That's a fucking lie. Like everyone with a IQ level higher than the fucking intelligence of a goldfish can figure that shit out.
what
Like
else?
it's not rocket science.
What I'll say to you about the whole money thing is that whether you hate Trump or not, a lot of people are like, you know what? I might hate Trump, but I like him for this. Is that he passed the bill, or like he basically wrote a bill to kind of have what was it, the Freedom of Banking Act or
Yeah.
something like that,
Like
basically telling
well the
uh,
thing
Visa
is
and
is
MasterCard
as far as
deny of
oh
service
sorry.
because of their fucking protection shit that they're going on about. It's like, no, sorry, that doesn't work that
The
way.
thing about that like here's the thing. As far as I know, Trump signed an executive order for freedom of banking. And as far as I'm aware, it hasn't been passed into law yet. I don't know if it has. Someone can correct me on the comments.
Doesn't
I
really,
mean, it would be fucking fantastic if it was.
how it goes.
But
How it goes is
no,
that
wait, hang on. So so as long as like so because it was an executive order and not passed into law, that means that the card payment processors are still running around doing all this type of shit, right? And um, there was another thing you just recently mentioned, other than Trump. But essentially, yeah, as far as I know, the Freedom of Banking Act thing that Trump wanted to sign in, it basically tells uh, oh yeah, I remember now. It tells payment processors that they cannot deny payments due to quote unquote brand risks, considering that we all know that they're still taking dirty laundry money from really dirty money from both Roblox and OnlyFans. So
yeah, well, I mean, the thing is with the Roblox thing too, the reason that this whole shit has happened is that there's been many people who worked at Roblox who basically told a report that said along the lines of they're aware, but they look at it as it's basically as what the person who's suing in Louisiana is suing them for is, as they put it, putting children's thing at risk for profit. That's all it is at the end of the day. They don't give a fuck. All they care about is profit, and the fact that they have more people on the platform makes it look good on their playful paper and all that. And now they're in fucking damage control now because of the fact that their little stupid stunt that they think they could just kind of poo-poo away lost them $12 billion, which is basically
yeah, that was
8%
crazy.
of a stock. That to put it in context, imagine you waking up one day and you see $1,000 out of your account just like that. It's like, oh shit, you know. So
I mean, to a billionaire, that means nothing, but to us lowly slave wage workers, well,
that's bad enough. They're
actually,
like 9 billion, now they're at
yeah,
8 billion. That's like that's still a big number. It's like fuck. You know, and here's the other thing too. There's safety. So supposedly, according to some people, the safety officer of Roblox sold his stocks before the whole cease and desist termination thing came out, which tells me like, if this is true, that motherfucker is going to jail for trading in insider trading because that's illegal. You can't do that.
oh, wow.
Yeah. So what so basically insider trading is you have information on the inside, so you decide to sell your stock at a high value knowing that it's going to go downhill, right? You can't do that.
Right.
You c-
Shit.
yeah, so that's insider trading. So the only way like it can yeah, whatever. I don't know if that's true or not. I know that people have looked at the training the officer in question, and he's just like, well, he's like having these badges for like certain bathroom games, which is just like, why is that there? You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
it's anyways. Long story short, they basically started banning the most hot pit topic type shit. They are starting to restrict games to be 17 plus. You might be thinking, why not 18? Well, I think it's because You might be thinking that, oh, it's because of what? No, I think the reason why they say it's 17 plus is because if they say it's 18, all of a sudden that means that they have to do more restrictions because the 18 plus game has more legalities. Like you basically have to do a lot of shit to kind of loopholes to kind of go through to make it work, right? So the 17 is like the highest they can go before going to that. It's a weasel way of doing it, right? But
I feel like
and the
this whole.
Deep City,
Oh,
which
go ahead.
was name dropped, by the way, during their whole little conversation thing. They forced the I'm stirring with the guy who owns it. The one of the biggest problems is that they had these custom avatar things that you can do within the game. That's now fucking gone. All of it's gone like that, disappeared. Most likely was told to do so because now and then now Meep City's gonna fucking die because that literally no one's gonna go to that game for no fucking reason. So it's like, yeah, well. It's just so stupid. And I'm just gonna say this right now. Like they escaped to Epstein Island, the P. Diddy things. I'm sure most of them were done because of memes. To be like, ah, wouldn't it be funny to do this thing? Haha. Like there was no more evil intent in there.
And
Some of them are. Some of them
I
are.
mean,
I can see that, but you know, it's
I
like,
mean, I would imagine like the original idea would have been memey, but like other than that, it just there are a lot of fucking weirdos and creeps out there who would take advantage of that
well,
sort
like
of
the
shit, right?
bathroom game. It's like
Because even then, that's still like a red flag.
the so-called bathroom games. It's just like you go to the bathroom and there's like bed there. It's like why would there be a bed in the bath? Like it's like come on, you all know why. It's like it's
Well,
just
there's
like
more than just like beds in this public bathroom simulator. It's
no, yeah.
basically
But
just
then they do
watching
these
other
animations
people
that's
pee.
suggestive, and then they have these avatars that are so obviously suggestive. It's just like there's obviously things there, and the fact that they don't do anything about it, it just accumulate. This whole thing is basically reminding me so much of how Tumblr killed itself. Like Tumblr's still there, but it's a husk of what it once was. Because most people go
Yeah,
there
it's like as soon as they like destroyed porn off of Tumblr,
and
like
basically it's like,
everything
oh,
just
yeah.
went
And,
tits up.
and
No pun intended.
here's the other thing too. Because that whole shit happened, the whole Tumblrism thing ended up going to places like Twitter. And that's why Twitter became a
Yeah,
toxic place because all those
yeah,
fucking toxic people who were in Tumblr left to go over to the other place and basically hollowed that out. So
yeah, because after like they went from Tumblr after they brought down like the porn ban, but they eventually, I guess, brought it back, but it wasn't the same since then. They all migrated to Twitter. They conjugated in Twitter for like a while before Elon Musk bought Twitter. Then they all decided to move into Blue Sky, and
they made
now
their own.
everyone is just blocking everybody on fucking Blue Sky.
Basically,
And you're can't really have much of an opinion on anything without being blocked and fucking all this other shit on Blue Sky because all of these fucking weirdos are on Blue Sky
basically with
doing this type of
the
shit.
blue sky thing is basically the bender is like, fine, I'll make my own boy casino with blackjacks and hookers. In fact, forget the forget the casino.
I'll host my own social media with blackjack and hookers.
You know what?
And you
Forget
know what? Fuck the social media.
yeah, that's basically what blue sky is. It's just the left version of that. It's stupid, but anyways, long story short, life's shit. I hate it. All our
And the government is run by
are going
pedophiles.
down the drain. Everything, your hobbies are going down under. And you know what? There's a saying back in Rome where half the people have circus and bread and everything will be fine. Unfortunately, we've gone to a point now where circus and bread is no longer going to be feasible. So now all of a sudden people are starting to look at what governments are doing, which is what they don't want to have happen. So they have to try to make
And the government is run by pedophiles.
okay, Gil. All right. Fuck, we've been an hour doing this shit, and we have yet to talk about Goosebumps stuff. When are they gonna get to Goosebumps? So when do we do that then?
Yeah, I
After
feel like we probably should.
after losing everybody. So let's talk about the Masked Mutant. Yes, our first ever update that has not a fucking event. This is a permanent update as far as a it's a side quest, but you have to It's a premium side quest, though. You have to get Libby, I think, in order to be able to partake in the story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Libby is the character that comes with the update.
basically the Masked Mutant himself, but pretending to be a little girl.
See
Now,
how it all relates.
yeah, fuck me. Why does it all relate? It's like we planned this out like months ago, and for some reason it just all fucking connects like a goddamn puzzle. Why is that a thing? Fuck me.
Okay, so
Could you?
for those who are
Now
not
let's
familiar
see.
with the story of the Mass Mutant or Attack of the Mutant, the reason why the Mass Mutant goes by the name of Libby in this is because in the story he spies on a child named Skipper Matthews who believes he knows everything about the mutant. So the mutant wants to figure if that claim is true. So he gathers information by disguising himself because he's a shapeshifter as a girl by the name of Libby and asks him all sorts of questions in regards to the mutant. Even coming off as like one of those people who are like, ah, okay, yeah, sure, wow, nice.
The thing is, though,
And talking about like a different comic series that's based on Archie and Jughead.
the thing is too is that when he was in the story, like what you'll notice is the story and the adaptation of it is slightly different, but still plays the same out, like what you've said here. However, in the book,
Yeah, that's kind
he
of like
try
the most
the
faithful
reason.
adaptation of the story,
Here's the thing.
honestly.
So obviously, at first you're thinking, why the fuck would he be a fucking little girl? Like, not I say a little girl, but really he's like a teenager, like a teenage girl. Like, why the fuck would he be like that, right? And part of the reason why I think is because he wanted to try to be the opposite to how he is as a person, so that way there's least intimidation. Like, he wants to get as close to the person as possible to like you say, learn information, be like, is he really the person I'm looking for? Maybe he is,
Yeah,
right?
because
So he
yeah,
pretends to be
because
someone who hates comic books. It's like, oh, I don't like the mask. That I like Barbie stuff, and it's like fucking Barbie stuff. Like he does his best to kind of do that. Meanwhile, Mutant in the Horror Town, not only does she dress like the fucking mutant, he's like, oh, I love the mutant. Hmm. It's like, yeah, okay, buddy. It's self-ego much. He's my
now,
favorite
there is one thing I should probably mention about the mutant. The reason why he does all this gathering information thing is not because of Skipper Matthews, or I guess not just because of Skipper Matthews, but it's actually explained that he needs new arch rivals for his comic books, and apparently
because it's
finding arch
boring.
rivals is a lot more difficult than what we think it is.
Yeah, because it's boring now. But the other thing too,
Well,
like,
he
okay, so
only has like the
the
Galloping
best,
Gazelle, but
the best
he's too old.
So here's the thing. The best way to describe the Masked Mutant for people who have not give a shit about reading the book or don't know anything about the story. If you have not even watched the podcast up to this point, right? Like if you have not seen a second episode, let's just say. The thing with the Masked Mutant is that imagine Clayface from Batman, but as popular as the Joker. That's what he is basically in a sense. He's a shapeshifter, but he's like popular. He's a cool bad guy, right? Because I used to talk
Well,
about how
I think
it's
a
like
more
imagine how
accurate
weird.
thing would be I feel like the more accurate way of saying it is the powers of Clayface, the popularity of the Joker, and the costume of Batman.
Yeah, yeah, that works better. Yeah, so it's like that kind
Yeah,
of thing. And then so basically, in this story, we don't get Skipper, we do get Libby, like basically. How it worked was
yeah.
previously we had the Masked Mutant as a spawn scene only. But eventually he got put out of the spawn scene and put in his own little base, and instead they had the Molecule Man in there, which I swear to God they must have inspired that from the video game, the Attack of the Mutants, because
Well, he was actually also in the original story too, because in the story, the one who played the mutant for the first part of the story was actually Molecule Man,
which
because
makes the
Libby,
rest.
spoiler alert, takes out a molecule melter and actually kills Molecule Man. And then later reveals to be the mass mutant who wanted to trap Skipper Matthews and plans to melt his molecules with the ray gun too. But then Skipper pulls a 9,000 IQ move and says, "Oh, I'm not Skipper Matthews, you fool.
Who are
I am Colossal Elastic Boy."
Yeah, I love it too. It's like, who are you then? I'm Alaska Boy. Ah, Alaska Boy. I love he just plays along with it.
Elastic Boy. I love the
Unfortunately, there's
overacting
only one
of the
weakness to my
mutant in the
thing.
TV show.
Yeah, there's only one week that yeah, I love it too because they had Adam West there as the Galloping Gazelle. Just like I love it, and then the whole
The
meme is
guy
like,
who
"Oh, kid, you're
yeah,
on your own. I'm done with this." He's right. I'm too old for
I'm
this.
too old for this.
Yeah,
Like my favorite quote from like Adam West in that episode is like, "Don't you know you gotta help me save the world?"
yeah, I love that too. It's just that
like,
whole episode is campy fun. I love that episode, right? But what's funny about it
like
too
the guy who
is
plays the mutant does such a fucking
he
magnificent
loves
job. It's
They
so
did.
awesome.
So the Goosebumps crew interviewed that guy because he also
Yeah,
he was also in the Welcome to Dead house as one of the zombies, but he's like, I love the mutant. He's like, we need to bring back the mutant in the show. He's like, yes, please bring back the mutant. He's a fucking fun character. And he's like,
I love.
would you play
Oh,
that? He's
he
like,
actually made it.
in a heartbeat.
I actually I also remember he made a cameo appearance in the one of the little Fox Kids bumpers for Slappy's Monster Madness.
Potato Boy. The damn
Potato
boy.
Ball.
Yeah. Which is the fucking Lynx or whatever the hell it is.
Blanks,
The
yeah.
Lynx. Yeah, yeah. The Lank monster.
That's why I drew him as a little potato
Yeah.
boy.
Potato Boy. Yeah, I just love that stuff. I like it too. It's like there's only one weakness I have, and what that may I ask, may that be? The only thing that get me is acid. Oops.
Sulfuric
Too
acid.
late. You are doomed now. Ha! Joke's on you. You're like when you turn into a liquid, you can't turn back. You tricked me.
How can I, the great mass mutant, lose to a boy?
Yeah, and that's funny. So
That's all part of Skipper
so
Matthews' 9,000 IQ play right there.
yeah, so instead of Skipper, it's Eric, who is our nerd character. I mean, yeah,
Eric Tyson.
yeah, and Eric Tyson. He's our nerdy kid who's smart, right? He's our kind of Dexter-esque character. Who's a, but anyways,
From Dexter's Lab.
yeah, basically not that genius, but he knows his stuff. But anyways, he's replacing Skipper in the story. It follows exactly 100% through the whole thing. Speaking of the episode, though, one of the funniest shit was when they were like, "Wow, it's the Masked Mutant shop." Like that. There's like that's the Masked Mutant headquarters, right? And there's like this 3D image of the Masked Mutant headquarters, and then in the background is literally the CN Tower. It's like, oh, it's in Toronto. Hmm. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
that is pretty
That's funny. It's just like see that shit. It's just like normally they like to make it seem like you don't know where the hell it is in the States, but it's like no, it's obviously in Canada. He's like it's right there. They couldn't mask that at all, but no, okay. Anyways, one of the so
Attack of
off
the
the
Mutant
story.
is also another Attack of the Mutant is also another prime example of like one of those high budget episodes of Goosebumps. Like
Yeah,
sure
I love it.
the story itself may not be as
The effects
like
were
best
actually not that bad
quality.
too. Yeah,
The episode itself might not be like of like the same level of quality as like the Haunted Mask, but you know, it's a lot higher than fucking the Harriest Adventure.
yeah. They did a good co-op. I love it too at the end where it's basically like he actually turned out to be Alaska Boy, where he's like she's pulling her arm to try to clean his cut and his like ink, and he's like ah, it's like bitchin, ha ha ha.
No, it, bitch, what the fuck? It's stretching. What? They would never get away with saying that on TV.
Bitchin. It's my Mandela effect. In my mind, back in the day, I thought you said that, but it's like no, that's not what it was. But that would be better. That
Fucking
would make it
bitch.
feel 100 times better, in my opinion. But
Okay, so in the next event, after this, like I can imagine one of the characters just fucking saying that now.
all right, let's do that then. We'll add that in there. But anyways, one of the things about this episode, of this particular adaptation, so basically it follows the same thing, right? So in the character, for the most part, you The mutant basically as Ellie, he has some few animations, basically just like playing the flute, reading the comic book. There's one where he becomes the ice cream man, and there's a reason for that at some point. Like that's the only weird NPC character. And then of course there's him that's doing his flexing his muscles type thing. Basically just him out,
Yeah.
him his monster form. But anyways, so it follows a book to say like point for point. So basically the same thing that's happening there, where he goes through the comic book. He's like, oh, there's the like where like there's a hideout. Then he brings Ellie. He's like, it was here, and he's like, oh, it's hidden, and he just goes there, and he gets hit by a light. And in the original story, as well as in the adaptation, the light is supposed to be like this weird like basically turning you into a comic book character, right? In a sense. So that's the
It
whole
was a scanner, as
the
described in the
scanner, yeah,
book.
to basically turn your human molecules to being more of a fictional molecule, kind of like mumble
Little
jumble.
dots of ink.
Yeah, basically mumble jumble bullshit. Anyways, um, and the whole thing's going on, and basically follows the same theory that he thinks Eric Tyson would be the best to be his nemesis because for some reason, Eric loves the Masked Mutant. He's like fucking goes on heel with the Masked Mutant to the point where he becomes Mutant Boy. But
Because he has like this syndrome mentality when it comes to the mass mutant, like how Syndrome wanted to be like the sidekick for Mr. Incredible.
yeah, which is weird. It's like being a sidekick to a villain. It's like the Harley Quinn effect. It's like, no, you don't. Why? It's like,
He's a
anyway,
super villain.
yeah, he
Like,
doesn't
don't
want
get
you.
me wrong, villains are fucking cool,
Yeah,
but
they got the
if they're
cool
gonna
shit.
hurt you in the end, like, bruh, they're not worth it.
They don't give a shit. Yeah, they'll use you
You might
to.
as well just go independent.
Yeah. Anyways, so with that in mind, he basically does this thing where basically it turns out like like so the Masked Mutant comes out and he's just like the different some of there are some differences, right? So basically he's like at first Libby's just like, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to do that. I already talked about how he was just like, oh, I love the mutant. But then she's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm also I'm actually a secret spy. I was a secret agent, kind of doing underground things." So he's like, keeps changing the story every so often, right? And then eventually, the masked mutant reveals himself to Eric, and he's just like, "I'm gonna now, like, basically." There was this thing where, as Libby, he's like, "I'm not like the other girls in the sense," or something like that, right? And then the
Hashtag not
mutant,
like other
the
girls.
masked mutant shoots Libby, and it turns out it's actually Molecule Man. He's like, huh, I guess she was right. She wasn't like any of like girls, right? But anyways, he goes ahead and does his thing, right? And he does this thing is like where he's like, oh, I'm a Lexic boy, and that's my whole weakness is what do you call it? Being
Sulfuric acid.
acid, right? And he's like, "Ha, you missed me." It's like, ah, that's as I figured. It's like, as I figured. You can't turn back to liquid. Once you turn to liquid, you can't turn back to solid. I win. And doing a little air dance, kind of thing like that. It's like victory. But this is where the story changes in this game, which makes this fucking character so much better. So it's revealed that he actually turned into like he actually can turn back. And the reason why Eric did not know that is because the issue that basically told him that how he like basically figured it out has not been released yet. So he had no idea. And he figured and then he figured, huh, I guess the light didn't work on him. That's why he's not a superhero. Oh well, I guess I'll fuck with him for the rest of his life because it's like the ice
It's
cream
kind
guy.
of like,
Yeah.
I
The
guess a
ice cream
perfect analogy would be like how Pegasus keeps Toon World all to himself because Toon World in the anime is supposed to be a super
yeah,
powerful card.
yeah.
And
But
meanwhile this fucking comic book that shows his ability to return is just like his little secret comic, so that way he can trick people into thinking that he's dead, but he isn't.
yeah. So what happens after the fact is that he has an ice cream man. He's like, "Oh, can I get an ice cream man?" Eric is just like, "I'm actually alive, Eric. I'm gonna haunt you the rest of your days. You're never gonna know where I am. I could be a fucking bench. I could be a person. I'll be. I'm gonna haunt you for the rest of your days.
I could
Fucking,
be that dog peeing over
I can even be
there.
the dog over there. You don't know." And I love them. I'm like, thank fuck. It's like they had to explain why the character is up and about, right? So it's like that's
Yeah.
beautiful. I love that. Thank God. That's the one thing they got for it. Although I did question how it was kind of creepy how Stein was just like, why is he being a little girl though? I get why though in hindsight, but it's just like at the same time, it's just like, yeah, we couldn't be like a kid, like a same gender, but no. Okay. All right, you do you, Mass
I
Moon.
feel like if I feel like if Mutant did try to make a same gendered child that was like into comic books as much as like Eric, then that would kind of be a little suspicious for Eric because Eric would know that he's a shapeshifter, and if they're both into the same mutant comics, and he accidentally
I think
goes into a much more greater detail about how the mutant works, then that would just kind
I
of give him
I
away.
remember two pictures of the mutant you draw. One of them was with it was based on the picture someone took of Fleshman reading a newspaper. Well, she's reading. Oh, I say she, but you know what I mean.
Actually, that
Reading the book.
screenshot was actually based on my drawing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
That you drew from based on the drawing there. And the second one was when they were at a shop, and she was wearing a Mask Moon costume in her Libby disguise,
yeah.
which I thought was that's
I
kind of
thought
cute.
it, yeah, I thought it was kind of clever because for people who wouldn't know who that character is, you would know who that character is.
Yeah, and then Spider's looking at his mask, is like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
And then you have like Slappy and Mr. Wood up in the corner of the shelves there
But then it'd be
with
bad
like
for
Slappy having like
for
a kick me sign.
for some dumbass kid to be like, "I want the puppet. I want the ventriloquist dummy." Hey kid, it's like, "Wow, you can talk? How is that possible?" Hey kid, you ever heard of a dummy running on batteries? It's like, "Oh yeah, one dummy up with batteries. That's perfect."
Now I'm just reminded of that one picture with like Susie Snowflake's like, "Hey Slappy, didn't anyone tell you you look like a nutcracker?
Did
Hey
anyone tell
Red,
you?
didn't anyone tell you about personal space?"
Hey Ellie, why don't we do the Rampy Slappy? Stop doing moves after me. Everyone's an idiot except for me. Well, it's true.
Well, it's true.
Yeah, I love that. Everyone's an idiot except for me. I love Susie. I love how we just did Susie and like this as a character.
I
Just
remember there was also like this one other mini drawing I made of like Libby pulling the molecule melter on Molecule Man.
yeah, I
I
can
think
see
there was
it.
like a few other things I made with Libby, but I can't remember all of them.
If you have any that I have not seen, you can post in like try showing it during the podcast and make it a little bit more
I
lively.
mean, probably.
Why not? But
I guess
anyway,
we're gonna take a little break before we continue to the next one, or
yeah, pretty much. It's been a little longer for this, and then we'll get ourselves set up and ready. Maybe in the future, this would be during our ad break, where it'd be like, "Oh, we'll be back after these messages," but we don't got that right yet, so we'll be back after nothing. And we're back from the break. So now
yay!
comes the easy part for me, where I get to relax for a little bit. Well, I mean, not editing this. That's going to be sad for me, but that's how comes to the fun part. Now we get to see the continuation of Vampire's story. If you recall, where we last left off with the meme, it was Larkin Sons. I
Got
kind of made it a little bit
that
more.
if you need,
My
cause if
my
I don't, I'll go crazy.
I did the editing to make it look a little bit more menacing. Was like,
Yeah, I saw that. That was great.
it's like I couldn't help myself. That was funny. Yeah,
I
so
love that show. That show was so fucking unhinged, and it was great.
I love it too. It's just like, how long have you been at the door? I love you, son. How long? Yeah, I know. It's funny and it's so weird. Like that show's fun in its own shape for fans. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been talking memes about that too. It's just like that. One of the funny parts about that, I think I forgot to talk about, was the whole when he was talking with the neighbors, his mom came over and he's just like, I don't know about, yeah, just like taking this picture. Look, we gotta take a picture of us. How did you get that? I don't know. Guys, I think that guys, I'm not joking. There's a ghost. There must be a ghost photographer or something. Guys, I'm not joking you. I've just been walking and then I got another picture of this. That's just talking. Yeah, and then at some point it's just like, I don't know about how it goes here, but in this house, it's a sun-free zone. You you came here to help your son, so I'd be supportive of him. You're right. You're right. And it's just like, and you. He's like, blah blah blah. What other? He's like, wow, Lark, thanks. Hey, in this household, fam, you're for family, right? Now, with that being said, I'm gonna go fuck
But yeah,
him. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So it's a continuation from the well, they say the last episode of the last episode that you were hosting, which was the when the night
it's
howler.
a last episode, but yeah, it's taking place after the events of They Call Me the Night Howler.
When Crystal was a superhero.
Yeah. So now we move on to the third installment of the story, known as Dr. Maniac Will See You Now. So
Mhm.
the characters the characters introduced are, of course, Milo, Crystal, Dr. Maniac, who is actually going to be the new character for the town, as well as a few NPCs, which include the Big Kahuna. He is the curator of the comic book museum, and his image idea is based on Surfshack Tito from Rocket Power.
Oh my God, why? I just imagine that stock photo of him just like a posing.
That was actually the thing that popped into my head too when I said Surfshack Tito.
And I'd imagine that's just a cardboard cutout too, and it's just like, eh.
All right, the next one is Masked Monkey. He is a comic book character who resembles Dial M for Monkey from Dexter's Laboratory.
I like that.
Captain Croaker. He is a comic book character, frog based, whose costume bears resemblance to Adam West's Batman.
Why, Adam? Oh, how come?
Because he has a little sidekick with him named Terry Tadpole, who is also who is like the Robin to Croker's Batman.
Uh,
And he bears resemblance to Robin's costume from Adam West's Batman series.
Holy hoppins, Batman!
Holy leap, holy leap toads, Croker.
I see it, Toadstool.
All right. And the last character is Dr. Root. He is a dentist who is actually a comic book character. The secret identity of Root Rot from Attack of the Mutant video game.
Why? That's so weird that he's a plant guy and yet he's a dentist.
Well, I picked Root Rot because of Dr. Root's name.
I'm reminded of that scene with Bill Murray. Is it Bill Murray? I think no. Bill Murray. Fuck, what's his name? It's from the little comic, the little shop of horrors. That's why I'm
Oh,
a dentist. Say ah,
Rick
ah.
Moranis.
Yeah, Steve Martin, is that
Yeah,
his
it
name?
was
Yeah,
Rick
Steve Martin.
Moranis.
Yeah, sticker. Yeah. Can imagine that with I'm a dentist.
So the special buildings include the Comic Book Museum, which is the crafting station, the Comic Rift, which spawns the Purple Rage, Scarlet Starlet, Captain Croker. The final scene includes Doctor Root or Root Rot and Doctor Maniac. The statue of the unknown superhero is the uh, promenade supplier, and it drops the blue comic stone. And then we have Dr. Maniac's lair, the lair of Dr. Maniac. The supplier is going to be the blue comic geodes, which drop the blue comic stone. The currency is rotten teeth to help tie in with the whole Dr. Root thing.
Yeah.
There's also another set of special deals, and this one is the Comic Saga. This includes Little Comic Shop of Horrors, and They Call Me the Night Howler. So this comes with Milo's Comic Dungeon, Crystal with Crystal's Palace, the Comic Book Characters Hall of Fame Museum, Drawing Boards, which was the supplier from Shop of Horrors, uh, the Comics Dungeon Cellar, which was the spawn for Little Comic Shop, Pink Comic Geodes, which was the supplier for the Night Howler. The Standing Mirror, which was an interactive item for Crystal.
Yeah.
The Ruined Bank, which was a interactive item for Blue Strawberry. And Mutant Comics Inc., which was the crafting station from Comic Shop of Horrors. Then we have the items. This includes the Blue Comic Stone, which is the raw item. Then we have the Masked Monkey Comic. This includes 3 Blue Comic Stones, 3 comic pages from the Shop of Horrors, and 3 groceries.
Nice.
Then we have the Captain Croker comic. Includes 3 comic stones, 3 comic pages, and 3 canned roaches. The next one we have is Snake Man comic. This includes 3 comic stones, 3 comic pages, and 3 fake rubber snakes. And then when you combine 2 copies of each of those, you get the Dr.Maniac comic. Requires 2 of the Mass Monkey comics, 2 Captain Crokers, and 2 Snake Mans. So that's all the comic portions of that set. The next one it revolves around the comic stone. So the next one we have is the purple comic stone, which requires 3 of the blue ones and 3 of the pink ones. The pink ones was from the Allure of the Night Howler. The Radiant Blue Comic Stone is what you get when you have 3 blue comic stones and 3 Shadow on the Walls, which is one of those special gem stones.
Yeah.
The Radiant Purple Comic Stone includes 3 purple comic stones and 3 Radiant Blue comic stones. But then, when you have those 2, as well as the Radiant Pink comic stone from Allure, you also get the Comic Gauntlet 60%. Now, the Comic Gauntlet is this game's version of the Infinity Gauntlet. So, how this thing works is that once you have the Comic Gauntlet and have all of the comic stones, you can basically turn whatever world you're in into a comic book, or at least something akin to a comic book. And this thing requires 1 Radiant Purple comic stone, the Radiant Blue, and the Radiant Pink. The decorations I have for it are, let's see, I think I have like 6 or 7.
Okay.
The first one is Dr. Root's office. This is a doctor's office operated by Dr. Root, affiliate of Dr. Maniac. The next one we have is the Crocomobile, a vehicle used by Captain Croker and Terry Tadpole. Then we have the Masked Monkey exhibit. It's a statue plus paraphernalia of the Masked Monkey. We have Captain Croker exhibit, statues of Captain Croker and Terry Tadpole plus paraphernalia of the duo. The Squid Twins exhibit, statues and paraphernalia of the Squid Twins, Squeezer and Squisher. And then we have the Gauntlet construction device, a large device for building the comic gauntlet. And then we move on to the animations. So the first one we have is, of course, the maniacal maniac of mayhem himself, Dr. Maniac. So he has about 5 animations. 2 require his lair. But the first one is, I'm a maniac, which has him giggling madly as he floats around. This one drops the special mutant comic. The next one is Locate the Comic Stones. He flies around scanning for the comic stones. This one drops either the pink or blue comic stone. Were you drinking something or something?
Yawning. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're yawning. Am I
Yeah.
boring you?
No, I'm just tired. Period. That's not you.
Okay. The next one is Build the Ultimate Weapon. This requires the Gauntlet machine. And this says Build the Ultimate Weapon. Drops the final mutant comic. The next animation is Write a Comic Book. Requires the Dr. Maniac's lair. Drops comic page. Ice Breath. Shoots an icy breath attack. Drops the Turn Me Invisible potion. The next one is Blue Strawberry. Blue Strawberry has Assist Dr. Maniac, which requires his lair, and that drops the Masked Monkey comic. Then the next one of hers is Locate the Comic Stones. Runs around looking for the comic stones. Drops the blue one. The Masked Mutant. Plot to sabotage Dr. Maniac. Requires his bunker. Drops the Masked Monkey comic. Locate the comic stones. Drops blue comic. Then Fight Dr. Maniac. Requires Crystal and Milo. Mutant, Super Lizard, and Night Howler team up to attack Dr. Maniac. drops the Radiance Purple comic stone. Milo, find the Purple Rage. Milo dodges Purple Rage and tries to hit him, but doesn't seem to work. Drops the Captain Croker comic. Locate comic stones. Flies like Superman to locate the comic stones. Stops briefly to search the perimeter. Drops the blue comic stone. And then fight Dr. Maniac, which was established from Mass Mutant. Then we have Crystal. Fight Scarlet Starlet. Scarlet Starlet tries to attack the Night Howler, but is pushed away by Howler's haunting howl. Drops the Captain Croker comic. Locate the comic stones. Night Howler runs around to locate the comic stones. Running animation looks like a mix of Cyber 6 and Naruto. Fight Dr. Maniac. And then Eric Tyson has one called Assist the Mutant, which requires the Mass Mutant bunker. Drops Snake Man comic. Now that we have that out of the way, we can finally move on to the storyline.
Sounds good.
Yay. Right?
Yeah.
So, we start off with Milo. Welcome back, Raider. Yes, it is I, your friendly neighborhood super lizard. And I have returned with a new story continuing where we left off with the Night Howler. If you're thinking, wait a minute, we know who she is, wouldn't she lose her powers? To that, I say, no. Because it only happens in the context of our world, not outside it. Now, speaking of the Night Howler, cuts to Quest, then returns. Crystal, ow! What's wrong? My tooth is hurting. I think I need to see a dentist. That would that would be a good idea. How often do you brush your teeth? Not a whole lot. Then cuts to Crystal in the office, or the dentist office. Cavities? Dr. Root. I'm afraid so, Miss Mickelson. If we don't take care of this soon, we may have to remove your tooth. What? I'll schedule an appointment for you next week. Does that sound good? I guess. Great. I'll notify the receptionist, Scarlet. In the meantime, be sure to brush and floss regularly, or else the cavity will spread. Yes, Dr. Root. Cut to Quest. Milo. How was your appointment with Dr. Root? I don't know. Okay, I guess. But there's something weird about him. Weird? Or, no, sorry. Let me reread that. There's something weird about me. Weird? Yeah, I get like a very strong sense of danger and urgency. It's tingly. Sounds like a danger sense. Next dialogue.
Quite before.
Danger sense?
Sorry.
Huh?
With Dr. Root, is he in his getup, or is he human disguise, or is he literally just Clark Kenting it?
Human disguise.
Okay, okay,
He's one step above Milo.
okay. Yeah, I just wanted to know what I'm what I'm envisioning here. Sorry.
Yeah, because the idea is that you're not supposed to suspect that Dr. Root is just Root Rod in disguise.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to make sure that if it's not being funny or something. That's all.
No, no. Crystal. Danger sense? Yeah, something common in superheroes. But the problem is that it only occurs when trouble is happening at the moment. Night Howlers might be more heightened. Is there any way to check for certain? I believe there is. West, then back to Milo. I want you to head to the comic museum to get more information on Night Howler. And feel free to grab some Night Howler comics from my store if you must for research purposes. What about you? I'll do some surveying around Dr. Root's office and see what I can find out. If you are experiencing danger sense from Dr. Root's office, then there may be something wickedly dastardly going on. All right, I'll see what I can find. Then goes into the comic museum. Big Kahuna. Hello, miss. How may I help you? I'm sorry. Who are you? Where's the curator from the museum? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a relative of his. The curator is currently out of town. Oh, that's nice of you to help him. Thank you. I'm known as the Big Kahuna. I run the comic store of my own called Surf Shack Comics. As if the Surf Shack Tito thing wasn't too on the
Mm-hmm.
nose. Crystal. My boyfriend owns a comic book store too. Milo's Comic Dungeon. Have you heard of it? Can't say I have. Quest. Do you have anything relating to the Night Howler by chance? My boyfriend introduced me to him. Yes, we do. It's by the Squeezer and Squisher exhibit. Squeezer and Squisher? The Squid Twins. Interesting. Notices Captain Croker. Hmm? Uh, then Crystal's inner monologue. Must be comic nerds eyeballing me because they think I'm not into comics. Oh, my danger sense is tingling again.
It's like
Um,
sorry, it reminds me of that the Trixie Tang pretending to be like, a boy type of thing in that one episode.
oh yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
no, it's all good. Mr. Kahuna, who are those frog characters? Frog characters? Oh, they must be dressed up as Captain Croker and Terry Tadpole. Quest. Back to Crystal's inner monologue. I hate frogs. They're so gross. Hey, Kahuna. There you go, the Night Howler exhibit. Oh, thank you so much. If you need any more help, feel free to ask. I most certainly will. Thank you. My danger sense is still bothering me. I think it might be that Croker guy and that Tadpole friend of his. Then later on, Milo. Hey, Crystal, what did you find? I found out that the Night Howler does have heightened senses, and I felt it when I was at the museum. Oh, what was the danger? I don't know, but there were these two characters, frogs. Frogs? Dr. Croker and something Tadpole. Oh, Captain Croker and Terry Tadpole. Yeah, it might be the real ones. There's still an open comic rift in Horrortown after all. Right. What did you find? Oddly, nothing. Though the receptionist looks very familiar. I need to double check my sources. In the meantime, we need to do nightly patrols. Dr. Maniac is still out there somewhere, and I fear he may have made a new base here. Libby, I heard you two were looking for Dr. Maniac. Crystal, who are you? Name's Libby, and I know exactly where he's located. Thanks, mutant. Eh? I'm not the masked mutant. I didn't say masked mutant. Okay, I'm the mutant.
Yeah, no surprise to anybody. All right,
Aren't you a
fine.
supervillain? Why are you? Oh, sorry. What?
I was like, all right, fine.
It's like okay, I'm the Crystal. Aren't you a supervillain? Why are you helping us, mutant? Because I don't want my fame to be erased by some poser in knight armor and clown tights. You'd be surprised how territorial supervillains are. If I help you get rid of Dr. Maniac, you have to promise me to be my arch nemesis. Deal? Hard adjustment since Maniac and I go way back, but sure. Crystal. Ow, my tooth is still hurting. Oh, I forgot to brush and floss. Dr. Root won't be happy. Right, we forgot about your tooth. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll tag along with you and we'll see if there's any danger. Thank you, Milo. What can I say? I hate to see a young woman in pain. Then they go into the dentist's office. My senses are still hitting hard again. I don't see anything. I think it's the receptionist. She is awfully familiar. Scarlet. Miss Mickelson, Dr. Root will see you now. Okay. Dr. Root. Hello, Crystal. Did we get ourselves nice and clean? Ellipses. I'm I'm sorry, Dr. Root. I was distracted with other things. I couldn't clean my teeth. That's unfortunate to hear, Crystal. Well, we'll run a test to see if the cavity has gotten worse. If not, then there's still maybe some time. Crystal. Oh no, my danger sense is ringing hard. Why is that? Is it Dr. Root? And then,
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
message hit.
That
Dr.
do that. We've established the snaps.
Yeah, Dr. Root. What's this? Is that the pink comic stone? Because at that point, Crystal has it as like a little choker, like a little necklace or something.
Yeah,
Girl, where did you get this? Crystal. Comic stone? But my boyfriend got it for me. You know what this is? You're not going there. You're going to hand that over right now. Crystal. Milo! Milo comes in. What's going on in here? Well, well, if it isn't Lizard Boy.
lizard
Dr.
boy.
Maniac? Milo is just like taking a long pause to study Dr. Root. Dr. Maniac? No, I'm someone far worse. I'm Root Rot.
Oh, that
Crystal.
loser.
Ew! I let him touch my mouth! Crystal, get out of here! Leaves. Scarlet, get in here. We have a new patient that needs to be tended to. Right away, Dr. Root. And at that point, she reveals as Scarlet Starlet.
Yeah.
I should have guessed. Scarlet Starlet, a crony for Dr. Maniac. Scarlet, find the girl. She has the pink comic stone. Right away, Dr. Root. In the meantime, let's page Dr. Maniac. Where are you, Missy? You aren't scared of getting your teeth removed, are you? Crystal's inner monologue. I need to find a secluded place to change into the Night Howler, and fast. When I'm done with you, I'll make sure to take away both your teeth and the comic stone. Then she returns as Night Howler. Not likely, Scarlet. Scarlet. The Night Howler? That's right. Milo warned me of villainy here, and I came, quick as a fox. Well, your days are numbered, Howler. No need, Scarlet.
Oh
That
no.
voice. Dr. Maniac will see you now. And if you're here, then Lizard Boy is close by. Probably dealing with root rot, if my guess is correct. And we're both going to kick your crazy ass. Foolish girl, I'm not crazy. I'm a maniac. Milo. Ugh. How are you so strong, Root Rot? I got myself a comic stone too. The blue comic stone. It enhances strength. Should have figured a comic stone was eating you. And soon we'll acquire the pink comic stone from your little girlfriend. Over my dead body, Root Rot. Hello, lizard boy. And then he has like crystal in his hands. What have you done, maniac? What have I done? I secured the pink comic stone, that's all. Scarlet Starlet did most of the heavy lifting. Didn't take much, she was too easy. And now, with her secret identity revealed, her suit is useless. You're one hero down, lizard boy. So at this point, the main quest gets cut off on a cliffhanger. What will
Oh,
they do? How will they stop Dr. Maniac? Will Dr. Maniac succeed? Who knows? But this is where we cut into the side quest for Dr. Maniac.
yeah.
And the side quest is called I'm a Maniac. So it starts off with Milo. So things got intense. You're probably wondering what's going to happen. Will Dr. Maniac win? What happened to Crystal? How many stones does Maniac have? All this and more as we continue our story. Crystal still, yeah, sorry.
Mm.
Crystal has like 3 dots, and then Milo. Crystal, are you okay? What happened? That rat maniac took off with the pink comic stone with Scarlet and Root Rot. You didn't stop him? They threatened to hurt you if I tried. I'm just glad you're okay. I'm sorry, Milo. I'm not that good of a superhero. You gave it your best shot. That's all, and you did all you could. What do we do now? Well, with Mutant's help, we know where Maniac is located in. And with his help, there may be a way to reclaim your secret identity. Dr. Maniac, how is my baby doing? Blue Strawberry, the gauntlet is ready. However, we only have 3 comic stones. We just need 2 more. The green and black stones. Once I have them, I'll make the entire world bend to my whim. Root Rot, Scarlet, keep the 3 comic stones in a secure location. The last thing we want is for Lizard Boy to easily find them. Yes, Dr. Maniac. You know, Maniac, it would be a lot more helpful if you just told us where the stones are. Lizard Boy, how did you find me? We had someone tell us where you are. And, and considering how crazily exaggerated this place is, I'm honestly surprised we didn't find it sooner. It doesn't matter. You fools won't be able to stop me from achieving my dream of world domination. Not even you or that spoiled rich girl, Crystal Mickelson. And then, like, then Crystal actually shows up, like, actually, I'm right here. So that means at this point in time, Crystal is not the Night Howler, but the Night Howler is still there.
Yeah.
Dr. Maniac, wait, if you're there, then who's this? I'm the Night Howler. It's over, Maniac. You can't stop the totally mental maniac of mayhem, lizard boy. Prepare your drinks because someone's getting iced. Watch out, ice breath. Dr. Maniac, what's wrong, lizard boy? Afraid of a little cold? Night
Oh,
Howler, take Crystal to safety.
oh, yeah. Now I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. I was a little bit kind of thinking like, wait. Oh.
What?
No, no, I was at first when I was hearing this, I'm just like, who the fuck's the Night Howler? And I'm like, oh wait, the shapeshifter, of course.
Yeah,
That's
you
why I
catch
was
on pretty quick.
yeah, I know. Aren't I?
Dr. Maniac, I wouldn't count on that working well. We know who she is. Meaning we can go after her at any point, just to get back at you. You know that's a bad idea. Not that you can stop me or anything. Night Howler, she's safe, and Mutant showed up to help. Maniac, or Mutant. Maniac, I'm sick of you stealing my shtick. I was supposed to be the #1 supervillain in HorrorTown. Then you show your ugly mug here. But it's the only face a mother can love.
Yeah.
Strawberry. Let's see if this Night Howler can handle some falling fruit. Root Rot. I can't wait to turn you superheroes into fertilizer. Mutant. Looks like we got ourselves a real Mexican standoff. Indeed. I guess I'll make the first move. Milo, mind if I take the lead? Super speed punch. Dr. Maniac. Ugh! Night Howler howls. Blue Strawberry. That howl is stronger than before. Looks like you're stronger than the last howler. As for you, Root Rot, you treacherous scum! Mutant! You know I need a good supervillain gig. I hired you, Chinchilla, Pinky Flamingo, and Molecule Man to destroy the League of Good Guys. And you betrayed me. I am a villain, though. I'm going to show you why betraying me is a bad idea. And then he shifts into a giant monstrous rabbit, which
Yeah.
is probably just going to be like a larger version of the Mazo.
Yeah, or that creepy or that creepy rabbit thing that they got going on there. That's probably what they'll do.
Yeah. Root
Or
Rot.
they
Ah,
would have done.
rabbit! And then Night Howler punches Blue Strawberry. Dr. Maniac uses Ice Breath at Milo. Milo reacts negatively to the cold. Dr. Maniac, I know your weakness, lizard boy. You don't stand a chance. Night Howler, Super Lizard! And then shouts another howl at Dr. Maniac, which forces Dr. Maniac to fall in ice, which was building the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Dr. Maniac, no, my machine! The impact is going to make the machine explode! We need to get out of here. My machine! I was so close to achieving my goal! Milo grabs Dr. Maniac and Night Howler, and Mutant grabs Root Rod and Blue Strawberry. And then explosion! Dr. Maniac, my base! Everything I hope to achieve is gone! Milo, why is the explosion so decorative? I stuffed some empty compartments with fireworks. Mutant, geez, you are a maniac. Night Howler, I guess that means those comic stones are gone too, right? Yes, they're all lost to the rubble. Guess we should put Maniac in jail? Or nearby lunatic asylum? Yep, let's send his crazy hindquarters. I'm not crazy. I'm a maniac. And then he just teleports away. Blue
Yeah.
Strawberry. You left me again? Are you kidding me? And then Milo. We'll find him later. Let's take the others to prison. And then it cuts to the ending dialogue, which is Dr. Maniac. Those fools. They'll believe anything. I lied. The comic stones aren't destroyed. I can retrieve them once the fire dies out. But reconstruction on the gauntlet would take a long time to rebuild. And once I have everything ready, Horror Town, and then the world will be mine. And with that, this story comes to a pause. Will Maniac succeed in the next story? Will we meet next time? Stay tuned, dear players. Same Blizzard time, same Blizzard channel. And then the story ends.
Hey.
Yay! So, what did you think?
I like it. Action pack. I'm just curious in how the when the next thing might be popping in like in the future because I think this is not the end, right?
Right.
Yeah, so curious how where this will go. But yeah, I love it. I wanted to just let you talk just because I wanted to see where this would go, and then also just because of our a longer conversation. Yeah, probably the shortest we've gone to do something that actually is a full completed story. So, redemption for September.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
Yeah. So,
I can't wait for the next exciting episode.
yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that's everything then.
I guess. I mean, I don't know what else we could say. We had so much, another episode of drama in a sense, but makes it interesting.
Yeah, there was drama, there was action, there was Dr. Maniac, there was a little bit of humor, Dale Gribble, and everything in between.
Children and children getting hurt by weirdos.
And yeah.
I just remind that whole Susie Snowflake thing that was kind of going on there. Imagine like Dr. Maniac doing that, and then all of a sudden it's just not Susie. It's actually the masked mutant. It's just like, why don't you take a seat there, Maniac?
I can imagine it was like, do you like Christmas? I'm gonna make it a white Christmas for you. And then shifts it into Mass Mutant. Why don't you take a seat?
Yeah, no, he doesn't turn to masked mutant. He turns to Chris Hansen. Why don't you take a seat?
Yeah, Matt.
I got.
Wait, it's like Chris Hansen, but in like the Mass Mutant's costume.
Yeah, Maniac. We got the chat logs. Were
We
you?
got the chat logs.
Did you say
What
I'm a maniac?
Now, what compelled you to say that you were going to give Susie Snowflake a white
Like,
Christmas?
what?
It's based on a song. You know how crazy this sounds, right? I'm not crazy. I'm a maniac.
Exactly. Now you gotta do it. You gotta do it now. Make that happen.
Now I'm just reminded. I'm actually reminded of this one video about he was doing a review for Cool Cat Saves the Kids, and the opening part of it was just how someone photoshopped Cool Cat's head on like a predator's body,
Yeah,
and Chris Hansen was interviewing Cool Cat.
yeah. I remember
But
that.
I love baby.
But I love the kids. Now it's voice Savage. That's his name, right? It's like Daddy Derek.
Yeah, Daddy Derek, also known as Derek Savage.
Yeah. Man,
God,
I love that.
I
He has like Mama Cat, Cool Cat, which is just literally just Cool Cat, but with like lips.
I've also seen the second movie of his. Cat stops COVID-19
He,
or Corona.
yeah, he did an AI version of that now, which is just literally it's like Cool Cat but cartoon, which is literally just AI filter.
Really, I have to see that now. I haven't seen that one.
I'm gonna have to show it to you in the behind the scenes, but yeah, it's weird. There's a YouTuber by the name of Your Movie Sucks, which is or
Yeah,
yeah, that's who I watch for this stuff, and yeah, it's one of the things he keeps watching. He keeps an eye on Daddy Derek. Let's just put it that way.
yeah.
I love the kids. There's memes with it. Oh, the funniest ones was the when they first started, they got these celebrities like, where is Cool Cat? There he is.
There he is.
There he is. The way he says it too is the best.
Yeah. God, I love that. I love how stupid that whole thing is. I love how stupid Cool Cat is in
There was
general.
I remember too. There was a meme with that where it was basically like when it came to Adams reviewing the video, he was all for it, and then when it came to what is it, Adam? I hate everything. When he did it, it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
that's not good, and then he tried to copyright strike, and so they make a meme out of that whole thing. But yeah, not the thing to say. I can destroy you, that critic. I'm gonna send out my lawyers.
I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just that the horrendousness is just like so bad. And it's like anime Derek. It just looks so weird. Just the way it just God. It's funny.
And Dirty Dog looks so dead inside.
Ugh, I am dirty. I hate it too because it's all voiced by Derek, right? It's like,
Yeah, most of the characters are all voiced by Derek now because the original guy who voiced Cool Cat, I think Derek actually fell in love with the actress Cat, and he suspected that Cool Cat and Mama Cat were, I guess, together of sorts, and he got jealous of both.
yeah, I know. It's just so stupid. And what's funny too, there was a guy named Monkey Jones who wanted to do the Cool Cat Saves the School
Yeah,
shooting thing, and it was just like, I'm gonna be in that video. I think he goes by Slimmy Jimmy now, but still, it's funny.
yeah,
The
I
reason,
remember he was campaigning to be in the movie as the school shooter,
yeah, he
but
ended up
then
originally. I know there was a drama with him getting banned from YouTube, but he found a workaround to come back. But I think
yeah,
probably the reason was because of the whole meme with he was covering a certain the king of incels for everything basically just as a joke, and YouTube didn't like that. I'm trying to think of what his name is. You know, if I type in king of incels, it's probably gonna pop up
I think I know who you're talking about, and I'm trying to remember
because there's a
his name.
manifesto with him.
Yeah,
What the fuck? Don't. Yeah, I know. I know we should be ending this, folks, but you know, I need to know.
he he needs to
Elliot
scratch that itch.
Rogers, that fuck. That's
Which
the
one?
shit. Elliot Rogers.
Yeah, there we go, Elliot Rod.
That's the meme he was using a bunch of time. In fact, to the point where he has a body, like he drew a picture of his OC with a body pillow of. That's like me and Susie. It's just like it's my butt. It's like he's my Linus blanket basically. I carry wherever I go, just because it's like is that your girlfriend? No, he's my friend. I have no friends.
It's
I
like, no, this isn't my girlfriend.
she's
This
my
is my wife.
she's my wife.
She's my wife.
She's not my girlfriend. She's my wife.
She's my wife.
We do it every day, and she loves it. Oh God, I feel so bad. You know that whole, you know what, you know, I remember that picture. Remember the whole "you ruined the Christmas" play, like you ruined Christmas. And it's like, you know, I ruined that's the face she's doing right now while she's watching this. It's, it's victimizing her.
And meanwhile, you see like Andy in the background sharpening an axe. Like, oh me? Oh, I'm just particular reason.
Dad, what are you doing? I just want
Just
to
want to
talk to
talk
him.
to him.
I just want
Why
to
do you
talk
have a
to him. I
shotgun?
just
I
want to
just
talk.
want
I
to
want to
talk to
shoot
him.
him. No,
Dad,
I
this
just
is
want to talk.
I
ridiculous.
just
I
want to
just
talk to
want to
him.
talk
I
to him. I
just want to
just
talk to
want
him.
to talk
I
to him. I
just want to
just want
talk
to
to him.
talk to him. I
I
just
just
want to
want to
shoot
shoot
him.
him.
I
I
just
just want
want
to
to
talk
talk
to
to
him.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
what?
going on there with
What are you
Susan,
doing?
with Andy. It's like I just want to talk to him. I just want to kill him. No, I just want to talk. To him.
I just want to shoot him. I just want to talk to him.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's a fun stupid. Like no, I'd say it's not stupid. It's a fun, dumb, fun character. Of course,
Yeah.
that's why we love her. We flanderized her, but you know she's now ours. No, RL doesn't want her, so we'll take her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably tease the next episode.
Yeah, I don't know what that was again. Let me go ahead. Oh wait, I know I just remember what it is now. Oh, it's a theme song. Oh boy. Uh, you roll it? Yeah,
Yeah.
let's roll it.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock.
It's funny how that whole that whole thing, it's just like it's a meme in itself. Like that's the only thing people remember from that movie because it's like, you know, it was like, where the fuck's Michael Myers? Where's this bullshit? Originally it wanted to be an anthology, but because they had the Halloween story be like 1 and 2 with Michael Myers, or they did just like, where the fuck is this? This witch, this warlock guy who wanted to turn kids into bugs because mask or stuff because they want to go back to like the solemn days. It's just like,
Okay. And then he has cyborgs with like yellow blood or something like that. It's like, what the fuck is this movie? What is this movie?
Now I got that fucking Silver Shamrock song in my head.
30 days of Halloween, 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 30 days of Halloween, Silver Shamrock. That's right,
Happy,
kids.
happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween,
What's
happy, happy Halloween,
Halloween,
Silver
Silver
Shamrock.
Shamrock? What I love that too. It's like so this commercial is so stupid too. It's funny. And I could have sworn I remember Spooky Month did a parody of that where the kids what was get pump what are the kids' names? I'm
The skeleton is Skid, and then you have Pump.
Yeah, so those two ended up turning to plushies. It's just like, oh my God, my boy. And then she turns into a plushie.
There was another animation. I think it was from the Punch Punch Forever series. I'm not 100% sure, but I know that they made another Silver Shamrock reference there too.
Oh, really? Maybe it's in the newer
Yeah,
episode. I have not seen it yet. I just remember that though. With the,
yeah, it was like the newer episode.
I would be surprised. I would probably watch that again. That's funny though.
And I remember seeing it somewhere else too. It's like all I see is like do 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 do. I'm like, Silver Shamrock. And
Yeah.
then I get that fucking song stuck in my head no matter how many
No,
times I
I
try to
know
get
it's
rid of
not
it.
silver. I know the whole like I could have sworn that song is like that song is it's famous for something. It's I know this we think of it as Silver Shamrock Halloween thing, but I swear it's based on a popular song that for some reason I can't think for the life of me what the fuck it is.
Do, 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 do,
Do,
do,
do,
do,
do,
do,
do,
do,
do, do, do, do.
do, do,
Fuck.
do, do.
Yeah, you
I
only
think it came from the wait. I think it came from a nursery rhyme, which is
yeah.
London Bridge.
Land the bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. Land the bridge is
The
falling
London Bridge
down.
is falling down, my fair lady.
Lady.
I
Yeah,
also
that's
know that
what
song
it
has
was.
also been
Yeah,
used.
that's the song. That was what it was.
Yeah, I also remember that song being used for one of the Batman Arkham series games, where he was where Batman was being invited by the Mad Hatter for a
Yeah.
tea party.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop the broadcasting. Yeah.
No, he had like the Mad Hatter had like a bunch of brainwashed henchmen sing him a little songs like "You are very cordially, cordially,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
cordially. You are very cordially invited to a party,
Yeah,
and
but it
it
makes
will be
sense.
a grand affair, grand affair, grand affair, and it will be a grand affair hosted by the Hatter."
Yeah, it makes sense to have him do that because it's based on like the London Bridge song. So that's like UK and I think Alice in Wonderland themed. It was what was it? Lewis Carl. What's his name?
Car-
Lewis Carroll. Wasn't
Lewis
he?
Carroll,
Yeah, wasn't he in the UK? Where was he in the UK? He must have been in
England.
England. Yeah, yeah. He was in England when he did that, right? Like jolly old land in England.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably why they'd use that, just as a little Easter egg nod type of thing. But you know what? I wouldn't mind having the Hatter make them sing the London Bridge song in the chorus like that instead of Mr. Freeze making them sing the fucking Snow Miser song. Please,
With the
Mr.
Arnold Schwarzenegger fucking
Sing,
accent.
sing! Exactly.
I can imagine that too.
Yeah.
Just like
What
the
killed the
fucking Snow
dinosaur?
Miser song, but in a Schwarzenegger
Yeah.
accent and like Mr. Freeze.
Stay cool. Yeah.
What killed the dinosaurs?
The
It was the
Ice
Ice Age.
Age. I'll be back with weapons. Just
Oh
remember
god, I love that
to
Fairly Odd
be or
Parents bit.
not to be annihilated. That's a totally different character, but they were obviously they were making them reference to
Yeah.
oh. And then they had Sylvester Stallone. Hey, this is my pajamas. Uh, yeah, I just remember that. Oh my god. Yeah, we're having too much fun with this, but yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that's the end of the show. But
yeah.
oh boy, well, how place your bets, folks. Do you think I could do my episode properly, or are we gonna do it live?
My bet's on the ladder. And hopefully by that point you'll understand why. But we'll see what happens. But anyways, I've been Graham.
And I've been Peter Lore.
Why you do that to me, Leopold? Don't you
Why
know
would
that
you
makes me
do that to me,
angry now?
Leopold? It makes me angry. So
This doesn't make
very angry.
They make me do terrible, horrible things to you. Meanwhile, breaking the bat into 8 ways. Just like Jesus Christ. I'm going to bed now, Leopold. Yeah, it's funny. Anyways, yeah. I guess that's a wrap.
See ya.